bodies, causing systemic inflammation throughout the body. Any organ in the body can be affected when this happens. In your case, it's your thyroid, brain, and adrenal glands, I said. I told Miriam that no matter how many vitamin B shots she received or how many supplements she took, if she didn't fix the root cause of the problem, her leaky gut, she would continue to face all the same ever-mounting challenges. But now that we knew about the problem, I felt confident she could see significant improvements in a short time. All she needed to do was follow my recommendations and make just a few changes to her diet and daily habits. I gave Miriam a healing protocol that started with foods high in probiotics, good bacteria that could tame her digestive problems, and prebiotics, foods with compatible nutrients that would feed those good bacteria. I asked her to make a smoothie using kefir and flax seeds as the main ingredients to start off the morning, and to drink multiple cups of bone broth throughout the day to help seal the lining of her gut. To help reduce her stress hormones, I urged her to find time for 2 or 3 15-minute walks through the neighborhood, and to take a healing bath with Epsom salts and lavender essential oil every night. After 2 weeks, Miriam came back for a follow-up. In that brief time, she'd lost 5 pounds and noticed that she had considerably more energy. Encouraged, she pledged to follow her health plan for 90 days, at which point we would redo her blood work. 3 months later, the results spoke for themselves. In just 3 months, Miriam's vitamin B12 deficiency had reverted to normal levels. Her cortisol levels had dropped, as had her triglycerides, fasting blood sugar, and insulin, and CRP, a marker of systemic inflammation. Best of all, when her endocrinologist received her lab test results, he called to congratulate her on her progress and announced that he wanted to reduce her synthroid dosage by 75%. When she came into my office to review her results in person, Miriam's face looked rosy and her eyes sparkled. "I can't believe how much energy I have," she gushed, smiling as she took her shoes off and hopped onto the scale. "I can finally run around with the boys again." Then her eyes widened as she saw the readout on the scale. She'd lost 27 pounds since her first appointment. I have treated many hundreds of Miriams over the years. Her case is a perfect example of how sneaky leaky gut can be, how well it disguises itself as other conditions, how progressive and cumulative its effects can be, and yet how incredibly effective a few very simple changes can be in helping to resolve it. Having seen this exact scenario repeated thousands of times over my years in practice, I know there are many more thousands of people who are struggling as Miriam had when she first entered my office, sick and tired, and rapidly losing hope. I firmly believe that the only things that are holding us back from reversing our country's affliction of leaky gut are awareness, knowledge, and faith, both about the existence of leaky gut and our ability to solve it. We can heal. We just need to summon the collective will to change some of our long-standing but extremely damaging habits, especially our deadly addiction to being clean. The serious condition with the silly name. I'm going to guess that the first time you heard the phrase leaky gut, you thought it was a joke. Do you honestly expect me to believe my stomach has sprung a leak? I understand that the name itself may be a bit of a stumbling block for some. But once people get past the distraction of the silly name, they start to see how virulent, widespread, and devastating this hidden epidemic has become. With a surface area of about 200 square meters, about the size of a tennis court, our digestive tract is a vital immune barrier, protecting us from disease and contamination. Every day, thousands of microorganisms and byproducts of digestion come into contact with this critical defense shield. This clever gut lining has a tricky job to do, distinguishing the contents of the intestines from the body's own tissues, managing the absorption of nutrients, and generally overseeing